press conference now. Phil, if you want to get us started.
Yeah, I think I want to keep it really simple today, really, in terms of sort of like the challenges. The challenges ahead now is that you've got two options in life sometimes, and that's to feel sorry for yourself, sit around and mope. Probably that's an English term. Sit around and feel sorry for yourself. Sit around blaming. But it's about fixing. It's about fixing. It's about affronting the challenge that's in front of us. We can't hide away from the things that have happened, the defeats that we've had, the manner of the defeats, etc., and the words that we spoke about. So it's the last couple of days. I think we've reflected, and I think the whole football club now is in fight mode to reverse the bad feeling, the bad results, and the negativity that's surrounding the team at this moment in time. And I suppose that's something that I've been used to in my career, in my life, and this is probably the biggest challenge, and one that I'm really looking forward to, one that I'm going to tackle head on, one that doesn't scare me at all, and one that the team are right behind me. And so is the ownership group. So we're in this together. We win together, we lose together, we draw together. And the thing that I keep thinking in my mind is that it is the supporters that come and support us every week, the supporters that back us on social media, that back us in the stadium, that back us by buying our merchandise, back us by following us all over this great big country that we live in. It's now time to fight for them because they're our life and blood. And as a manager, as a players, and as a club, we now have to go into real fight mode.
We're going to start with questions now. Start with Michelle.
Hey, Phil, I have two questions. One is on the field and off the field.
Yeah.
Off the field first, I noticed that there really hasn't been any. This team usually has a lot of social media, jersey modeling, hype, and all that stuff. There hasn't been anything really since the game. Is that is that a directive, like let's focus on the on-field product, or do you think is that just everybody on their own has decided to just kind of go into on-field mode? And then my second question is on the field, should we expect to see changes in the lineup, or do you think the same guys who played the other night can do what you want them to do, or should we expect to see changes? I know you took Blaze out at halftime.
Yeah. Well, Rodolfo's not here, obviously. Rodolfo's gone back to gone to the Gold Cup, so we're going to have to make one change. What I said to the team on Thursday morning was that I'm going to pick the team on Sunday at 6:30 because I want to see a reaction. I'm going to pick the players that have reacted in the best way. I'm going to pick the players that have trained the best. I'm going to pick the players that have got the look in their eyes. I'm going to look into their eyeballs. I'm going to see who's up for the fight. That's what I've told them. So it's 6:30, 6:38 because the kickoff's always 7:38, which I always find really funny. I'm going to look them in the eyes and see who's up for the fight with me and who's up for the fight with the club. And that's what I've told them. So I haven't got any team news. There will be 100% one change because Rodolfo. And then it's a case over the next 2 or 3 days, today's training session, tomorrow's training session, when they turn up on Sunday 2 hours before the game, I'm going to look them in the eye and see who's ready for the fight. And I've told them that if they're not ready for the fight, come and see me. Sometimes it's not for everyone. Sometimes it's not for everyone in life. But I've just got a feeling that this group of players are now ready to fight. And the first question was, I think that is something that it's not been a decision that's taken by the club. I don't know if it's been a directive by the club, but what I would say when I was a player and when I was now being a manager is that now's the time not to be in people's faces. Now's the time to get results on the field. The results on the field are far more important than anything else in this football club because everything else is a byproduct of the things that happen on the field. The selling of shirts, the filling of the stadiums, the global brand will be a byproduct of the success that we have on the field. So there's got to be 100% concentration on the stuff on the field because that is the spin-offs are everything that goes with it. So I think what we are as a football club, we've got great people in those positions. We've got great people that are put on, I've got to say our social media team, the product that we put out in terms of social media, I think is as good as anything that I've seen. They've got great experience of when to put the right products out at the right time. and maybe they thought that this is not the right time, and I 100% back them because we've got the best in the business at that.
We go to Steve.
That's fair enough, Rafa. Yeah.
You know, you talked about drawing on your experiences, but I guess as a manager, you've never really been in this situation where you've sort of lost a string of games like that. So is there anything in particular from your playing career, what you learned in the past, that would sort of help you get through it, because it's like a new territory?
I think if you look at my coaching career, I went in at Manchester United and suffered with David Moyes a lot. Went into a situation where we weren't successful, where we did lose games, where someone that is probably one of been the best managers I've worked for lost his job, and then went to Valencia and went through 5 managers in a year, one of them being my brother. And we were teammates. I was his coach. But when you go through those types of experiences, you become hardened, you become experienced, you become experienced at how to deal with disappointment as a coach. And dealing with disappointments as a coach is far more difficult, it's far different than dealing with it as a player. Player, you come in, you train, you go home. You come in, you play a game, you go home. You don't have the responsibility to do sessions, to pick teams, to manage people that are at different levels of confidence and belief. That is something that you learn as a manager. That's something that is one of my qualities, and that's something that you have to learn very quickly, is that you have to manage not only a group of people in the dressing room, you have to manage the 24, 25 staff that we've got. You have to manage upwards to the ownership. You have to manage a group of supporters and keep them believing in what you're doing. As a player, you come in, you do your job, you go home. As a player, you come in, you play the game, you go home. Your job is to perform on the field. As a manager, you've got other responsibilities that far outweigh anything that you have as a player, and that is the responsibility, and that's the bit that I love about managing, is that now it's my job to inspire a group of players, a group of organisation, a set of supporters that we've got the belief still.
Franco?
Hey Phil, I have 2 for you. I'll split them up to simplify things. The first one is on, you said your approach to the team selection will be different and you won't decide until Sunday. How does that impact the training and preparation for the game? Because if you don't have a starting 11, how do you go about training over the next day, I guess, because there's only one more day before the game?
Yeah, that's pretty simple. We tell every single player the job that they have to do. Every single player, we probably use 16 players every single game, so every single player has to know everyone's job. That is football. It's no longer a game where 11 players only get used. Every single player will know their job. But I feel as if Sunday's game goes beyond just system or tactics. It's the problem of the night wasn't system or tactics. This game's about attitude. This game's about having the fight, having that togetherness, that spirit that we talk about. That's important. We're playing a team that embed all those qualities in Philadelphia. You know, on paper you think Philadelphia, what have they got? Well, they've got a brilliant manager. They've got a brilliant set of players that just do their job. You know, are they flashy? No. Are they a club that are flashy? No. But they do their job and they do it really well. And that's why they win leagues, because they play as a team. They fight for each other. And I suppose they're the biggest example, and New England, of where we aspire to be. And I think in terms of sort of like our mindset for Sunday is to go out there and play as a team, do the jobs that they said, stick to the plan that we've said to them, and everybody knowing what we expect of them. And we've worked for 2 days already. We'll work a third day tomorrow. We'll work a third day on Sunday. We've got a 4-day lead into the game. Philadelphia have only got 2 really, and you think about today's being a travel day. They've got 1.5 days playing in the temperatures in Florida that's probably a little bit different than what they're used to. So we've got to use that as our advantage.
And the second one, and you talk about the attitude for the game on Sunday. Bear with me here. On Wednesday, you said you want a team. You want to see a team. Nick Marsman, when we asked him about the message at halftime, he said you had gone in there and then asked them why they weren't running for each other, why they weren't playing for one another. You have a better pulse than we do on the team. What is going on? Why isn't this team a team? Why don't we see that fight, that togetherness that you're looking for, that you've mentioned on a few occasions throughout the course of the year, but very directly on
Yeah,
Wednesday?
well, I think you've got to go back probably 12 months in terms of sort of like when I say they're not playing as a team, they're working hard. Stats prove they're working hard. The naked eye proves they are running. It's not a slant on their effort. It's a slant on actually what they're doing as a team. Belief, confidence has a major effect on that. Major effect on that. They're a team that's took a lot of hammerings over the last 12 months. There's a lot of pressure and expectation on their shoulders because of the franchise, because of where we are, because of the ownership group. That's part and parcel of playing for Inter Miami. If you cannot play in front of 13,000 people, then I'd say that pack your bags and go home now, because where we want to take this club, where the ownership group want to take this club, is far greater than having 13,000 people. The plans for this club are far greater and bigger than that. So there's an expectation playing for this football club, and what happens is when you lose confidence and you lose belief, you sort of like look after your own ship. You look after your job. You look after what you need to do to get through and survive. We need to get out of survival mode. We need to get out of survival mode and get into a mode of, without each other, from top to bottom, without each other we'll not succeed. And I think I said it the other day, talk is cheap. We say these things and we speak all the time about these things. We're now getting to that point where we've got to deliver. Myself, the team, and this football club. And like I say, I don't want to talk too much, because I think I've spoke a lot, I do speak a lot, and I have strong views on things, but now it's time for us all to deliver.
We're going to take the last two questions from the call. We're going to start with Mike DiPasquale.
Thank you, Rafa. Good afternoon, Phil.
Hi, Mike.
You said that you are going to look in the eyes of your players, and there could be potentially shaking up the lineup a little bit. Is this a message also to the players that come in off the bench, various parts of the game that you've done throughout the season, an opportunity for them to show that they want to help lead this franchise, considering the situation you're in right now?
Yeah, 100%. It's the message was that we have 22 players in our squad. Everyone is equal from now on. Everyone is equal. And I will pick the people that are willing to fight, people that are willing to do the job that I asked them to do, the people that are willing to go that extra mile to try and get a result. We need to somehow get a result, reverse the vacuum that's going against us at this moment in time. We've got to stop thinking about everything going against us. And with that, you need the right characters in the team. You need the right personalities in the team. There'll be one or two that don't play that have those personalities, that have those characters, but unfortunately you can only pick 11. And we need to somehow find a result and stop the run that we're on at the moment. And I'm convinced that once we stop the run, we'll start building confidence. You'll see a better team. You'll see better confidence within the group and a better quality. But you've got experience in football that confidence can affect the best and the worst players. And at this moment in time, there is distinct lack of, naturally, a lack of confidence because we've not been playing well or getting the right results. But that can change. That can change in 90 minutes, and that's what we need to do on Sunday.
If I can follow up, that stretch of home games that you have,
Yeah.
This is a crucial time, right, to make your move, because if the results are not there during this homestand,
Yeah.
it's almost over.
No, I said it the other day. I think, correct me if I'm wrong. I said it's now or never for us with this home stretch of games. I've got to say that, and I must say that Bruce Arena was absolutely class the other night. You talk about someone that's got real class, good experience. The words after the game was dig in, stick with it, it will turn. He's been through that, and he can see what we're trying to do here. And that's what we've got to do. We've got to dig in, we've got to stick to the plan, and we've got to make sure that it turns. And Sunday is a great opportunity. I'd say that the only positive that I took from Wednesday night was that we've got a game on Sunday, that we don't have to wait 7 days, 10 days, 12 days for another game, that 3 days later we can get our boots on and get back out there and try and put things right on the field where it matters.
Thank
Alex?
you, Phil.
Thank you, Mike.
Alex, go ahead.
Thank you, Rafa. Hi, Phil. This is Alex Finley from Lemon City Live. I was just wondering about Robbie Robinson. I know you took him out at around like the 68th minute previous game. So do you expect him to go a full 90 against the Union? Thank you.
He needed that 60 minutes. It was his first one in eight weeks. With the result like it was 4-0, the thought process came to protecting the legs of those that have to go again on Sunday. Robbie's going to be a big player for us. I thought he came in. I thought he was outstanding. Quality on the ball. He looked lively. He gave us really good energy on that left hand side. We need to give him the ball more. He needs to get into positions to score. But yes, he came through well. He trained this morning a little bit. 48 hours after the game is always the optimal time where it's a little bit not dangerous, but it's the time where you've got to recover even better. So he's recovered today well, and you know, I think we've got a real good player on our hands there.
Last question, Michelle.
That's the third, Rafa.
I want to ask about your team chemistry and all this team stuff we're talking about. Who are the leaders? You need some locker room leaders too that are backing you, that are in your corner with you, that are delivering your message to the other players.
Yeah.
Who are those players on this team? Do you feel that there are players on this team that are stepping up? And are there players right now during this losing streak that you have seen elevate and rise, you know, their character in the locker room?
Yeah, I think you always see the true test of someone's character in bad times. And I think I've seen that in terms of sort of like the dressing room. The dressing room are 100% with me. I feel that, and I've seen a dressing room that's not with a manager. I've seen a dressing room that turn on a manager. So the dressing room are 100% behind me. What we do need now, we need true leadership. We need those experienced players to stand up and be counted. One by their own performances, one by their actions, one by the way that they conduct themselves around the place. But more importantly, how they lead on the field. Sometimes you don't have to be a shouter and a baller. Sometimes you don't have to kick walls or make strong actions. You just have to perform at your level, and that's why I'm looking. I'm looking for 11 leaders on Sunday. There will be an opportunity for people to lead the team on Sunday, and we want to see that.
Thank you, Phil.
Thanks, guys.